Welcome, my dear friends. This is Ariseroby from Masterminds, and today's topic is about God, death, religion. Yes, my dear friends, this is absolutely a controversial topic, but however, let's see into it. Death versus religion, and who is God? Is it highly confusing? Definitely, you will get a solution at the end of this video. Yes, let's move on to the video. Bertrand Russel used to make a statement: if there is no death, there is no religion. If we just still intrude into this concept and statement, we can feel some sort of truth in it, but not totally. Because religion is a vast arena. It is not only death, it is also search for bliss. It is also search for truth. It is also search for the Almighty. And top it all, it is also search for meaningful life. But however, what he said has some glimpse of thought to think over. If there is no death, there would have been no fear, and there would have been no religion, and so it is also God. However, death is inevitable and religion has become an incentive. Still, is it confusing? Come on, let's see where an example which is being said by Gautama Buddha. Yes, my dear friends, Buddha was sitting in the garden the early morning with his disciples. A man arrived silently and stood in the shadows. That man was a great devotee of Lord Rama. He had built many temples across the country. He had devoted many years in the service of Lord Rama. He would always chant Rama's name and contemplate on Rama's greatness. He was old and close to his last years. Out of fear, even after many years of dedicated spiritual effort, he was not realized. He wanted to know for sure if there is a God or not. When he heard about the realized one, Buddha, he came to get his doubt cleared. When he felt nobody get noticed, talking to Siddhartha, the Buddha, he asked Gautama, "O enlightened one, please tell me the truth and truth only. Is there God? Is there God?" Buddha, from his intuition, knew that the man to be a great devotee of Lord Rama. He looked at that man with seriousness and said, "No, my friend, no, my dear, there is no God." Buddha's disciples who were gathered there were relieved, and they were joyous to finally to know the truth at last. And finally, they all started muttering between them, sharing what Buddha had just told. Whenever a disciple has asked this question about God, Buddha used to maintain silence, but now the truth was relayed. And moreover, the concept, the truth of no God was revealed by the enlightened. They were finally free of all the ideas of hell, heaven, and of somebody sitting at the top and then judging their actions. Yes, it was getting late in the evening, and once again the disciples came back and sat around Buddha, and suddenly a materialistic man, an atheist, came over there, and he had convinced thousands of people about saying that there is no God. He used to go to the priests, scholars, and defeat them in the argument about God. He too was getting old, and little suspicion arose in him. What if there is God? Isn't it waste of time? Then I could have wasted all my life. Oh. Then he finally decided to approach Buddha, the enlightened one. He slowly came to Buddha and was sitting near him and asked him, "O enlightened one, please tell me if there is God." Buddha, knowing that the man to be an atheist, said with firm voice, as if he is in firm conviction, "Yes, there is God." Buddha's disciple once again were back to confusion. Yes, my dear friends, because it was the first man who was already a theist, who was doing a lot of service to God, who was living in the name of Lord Rama. He was said that there is no God by Buddha. And the latter was an atheist who was convincing all scholars and the enlightened ones, saying that there is no God. And Buddha's message to him was, there is God. Is it confusing? Yes, my dear friends. The moral of the story, what is need to be taken from this is, belief that there is God or belief that there is no God are both useless, and moreover, it is waste of time thinking over it. One has to realize the truth in himself with diligent self-effort. Enlightened, one had told each of them what they had to know in order for them to get stronger on their spiritual quest. The first one was a theist. He was doing all his service to God in the name of God, but he forgot to trace out about himself, to know about himself, to know about self. So Buddha told him about that there is no God. The later one was an atheist. So he was always in kind of argument with the scholars or the priest, saying that there is no God. He was always rested upon the thick knowledge of what he has himself, but he wasted in the time in terms of searching for the spiritualism. So Buddha told him that yes, there is God. Yes, my dear friends, it is all one thing that first we search what is within us, with self. Whether there is God or no God, what is going to happen after death, that is immaterial. But man is a social animal, used to say, but he is a typical animal, typical being, because we search for things what is not there. We look for things what we could not see. We search for things what we could not get, hell and heaven. We look for things what we cannot see, God. Hell and heaven had made people on two extremes. Yes, my dear friends, just like a religion and death. If there is no death, there would have been no religion. Likewise, God, death, religion, etc. All these things. First, try to search the quest of spiritualism within yourself. Do not waste your time in knowing about what is God, who is God, where is God. Fine, my dear friends, I would have given you full-fledged convincing thoughts about these three things. So if you like this video, kindly give your likes and share it with your friends, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you. Bye bye.